why, or I try to identify the qualities that I find attractive. At the same time, I'm also picking apart their brain too, and like, what's wrong with them? Everyone has something wrong with them. Not in a bad way, but like, I try to figure out like, okay, so what's the cons, and can I handle it? If that makes sense. But I have that in the background. It's not like I put effort into it. But how do I explain? I don't know. It seems like for me, what I do is I kind of don't even. I don't push on it, but if like I try being their friend, if that makes sense. Like common interest and what do you call it? Hi, Eric. Common interest and is everyone coming in here?
I don't know.
Dun dun dun.
So like, everyone's coming here. Cat. Is it just like? Is it doing that weird cat thing where it just like it's like kneading bread?
Yes.
Is that Kit Kats?
Yes.
Hi, Kit Kats.
Hello.
Yes.
But I lost my train of thought. Oh, I just try being friends, if that makes sense, and then find like common interest and like bond, I guess. And I don't. It's like once I feel comfortable in the level where I could tell that they might like me, then I don't know. I try to be genuine, and like when I try to compliment them, but not too much or push. And it's like if they're interested, they're interested. If not, that's okay. If they are interested, if they're like happier with someone else, okay, cool. And if they go with someone that's horrible and makes them cry and feel terrible, then that's their choice.
The problem is I want to break out of the friend zone.
Kit Kats, I think that INFP ESTJ is one questionable dual pairing. I'm not sure you should seek ESTJ.
They kind of I feel repellent to them. So generally,
I don't think it'll work.
No, because I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being micromanaged. I don't like being I hate the feeling of being controlled. Or like the passive aggressive sort of, that little like the bitch ass petty shit they do to try to manipulate you kind of thing.
No, okay. Well, I'll solve your problem, but then you're gonna have to agree to this stipulation and that stipulation.
No.
Yeah, that's what they like to do. That's why I don't think INFPs are good for ESTJs are together.
Yeah, that would be terrible. I wouldn't follow what they're saying. I would get resentful, and then I would just start doing shit just to piss them off.
I think you should probably go with an ENTP or an INFJ.
I don't know. Maybe try to see if I can click with someone well. That's the thing. Like, it's like I want to be able to be their friend. If that makes sense. Because I notice, like, at least from my perspective, it doesn't work for everyone. Like, when someone gets interested in somebody of the opposite sex, and they're only interested in them romantically, that period of like infatuation and stuff, it's gonna eventually wear off. And once that's like not interesting or new, what is there left? That makes sense.
Well, you're right.
Like, what if you don't have it? Like, what if you don't have anything in common, or you don't? There's nothing foundation on for the relationship, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, robot voice.
I agree that.
Oh, sorry.
I agree, Kit Kats, that you've got to have a lot of simple, practical, factual things aligned properly. Most significantly, I think both parties have to have the same expectations regarding amount of time and energy they're going to devote to one another, how much they have, and how much they want. Because if that doesn't work out, that doesn't line up. If like Joe and Sue love each other, but Joe is super busy and Sue needs an activity companion to go hang out with all day, then that's just not going to work no matter how much they're compatible, because someone's going to be resentful all the time. Because when you're like, okay, well this is what I need from a relationship. I need these needs met, and the other person's like, well, I like you a lot, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to meet those needs. And then you go, well, let's keep going along anyway because I like you a lot. And then you sort of like push that problem off and go, well, she's not really going to be able to meet my needs, but, you start getting more and more resentful. For whatever reason, the person's not meeting your needs. If they're not meeting your needs and they're forcing you to adjust too much and work too hard, you're going to start getting resentful and it's going to blow up.
Yeah, for a moment there, like everything glitched. I don't know if I still have robot voice.
No, you sound
No,
You
fine.
know,
Okay, but I think I got the gist of it. I like cut out when you're talking. They don't have like similar. I don't want to say goals, but similar. Like, I don't know the word for it. I have a feeling of what it is, but I don't have the word identified.
Basically, the people have to have the same expectations, or determine that the expectations that are in conflict aren't really their expectations, which is one factor that happened to me for sure. Is not having any FI. I was like, oh, I expect this, and then later I'm like, well, that actually doesn't matter at all to me. Now that I'm liberated to know what I want in an environment where wanting things has concrete meaning rather than just conditionality abstractions. Well, if I get in a relationship, I think I want blah, doesn't mean you actually want blah.
You're talking about having like similar interests and all that.
I'm saying that you go into anything with expectations, and those persist. And if their expectations aren't met, you grow resentful. Okay? So the thing is, there's two ways that those expectations not being met wash out. They either wash out where you realize, oh, I didn't really want what I thought I wanted, or you go, oh, you're meeting that expectation, or you go, oh, you're still not meeting that expectation. I'm starting to hate you. It's what happens if it's an important expectation. So, and I think that applies most frequently in terms of time and attention. How much time and attention is an individual going to be able to give to you? How much do you want?
Yeah. So with the first statement, that's why I always question the dual thing. I don't want to follow it religiously or anything like that, but it seems to me like it doesn't work in my head. Like maybe if they're really balanced, it'll look different, but at the same time, I don't know. Because especially for me, I don't really like. I'm easygoing, but I really don't like the controlling kind of
yeah, like I mean,
managing. Like I like to have some room on my neck. I like it to not be hot or sweaty and being breathed over
yeah.
and watched over everything I do.
You don't want to be police.
Who's your dual cat?
It's supposed to be ESTJ. Yeah, I think my stepdad is. It's like I love him and all, but also give me space. Everybody is like that with him. Like chill.
If Ramsey's hearing you sit in the back here, I'll record his ass. I got the beat lined up.
Yeah, I mean, people say that about ENFP and ISTJ too. Like, I mean, the whole dual thing. Every time I'm around an ISTJ, they're like really anal retentive and want to like clean shit, and I'm just like, go fuck yourself. Like, I mean, I don't know.
I need
I feel
something
like
like that.
I don't mind the ISTJ that bad. I like them better than ESTJ. It seems.
Both of them can be like really demanding if you live with them, and very
Let me ask
nitpicky.
you, Kit
I think my
Kat.
mom is.
Hold on. Let me ask you, Kit Kats, about your 4-slot TE. You're supposed to seek it according to the model. So what that would mean is when you go to do something like I really want this section of the kitchen to have better flow. I want to be able to walk through here without bumping into shit.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Okay, but hold on. I want to rearrange this. To what extent do you feel satisfied or do you feel inclined to ask somebody else how ought I most efficiently go about doing this? And then if somebody volunteers that information to you, do you feel interfered with or do you take that advice to heart?
I take it accounted for and see if it's useful or what parts of it I could pick apart to add and implement to my plan to make it more efficiently.
Okay. See,
I'm sorry I talked weird. I was just speaking from my head. Like I was.
INFP and INTP, it's not unique. INTP has a similar problem, but it's different. INFP has a unique problem, which is NE makes it so that TE doesn't fit as comfortably with you as SI fits with me. Because NE bucks TE all the time. NE is saying there is no most efficient way to do that. I want to blow up your paradigm. I want to render your attempt to do that useless like a gray water system after I solve the water shortage.
For me, when I do it, it's like, ooh, okay, I have a goal. So this is my creative limitations. Now, what are the different possibilities of how I can make this efficient and try to make end result happen? So I'll go through the different possibilities and it'll keep changing, but I'm still searching for the most efficient means of doing it. I'm probably just slower at it.
Excellent description and very informative regarding how you mix your TE and NE, which seem to me contradictory, but I get it now. You just think
I try to make it more fun.
More efficient.
I try to use all the thinking possibilities, and then I guess I use NI and I kind of just sort of take a piece and then put it in there. I'm like, okay, and I take another piece and put it in. I'm like, okay, well this one fits a little bit better. Take another piece and put it in there. I'm like, okay, well this one's a little bit better. And then I go through all the NE stuff, and I try to fit it in a TE goal.
What if you had a significant other who did this? Who said, Kit Kats, I want to sit down with you. Let's make a list of your goals. I want to help you prioritize them. I want to help you come order operations shit to make us maximally effective at attaining each of these goals in a small amount of time. Would you appreciate that, or would you be like, no, you're tying me down?
Well, I feel like I do this with my friends anyways. Like, sometimes. The thing is, though, when it comes to goals, I won't stick to it all the time because it's based on my feelings, and I'm like, okay, well, my feelings might change. So I gotta first do the step and see how I feel about it and process it. And then...
You poor woman, INFP of the world, I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry you have the solidity of your own feelings mixed with metaphysical endless possibilities constrained by the need to limit it to a single goal? What?
Yeah. Well, no. This is what my goal is. My goal is to get to a certain place where there's branching pathways I can take. More possibilities are open to me.
Your end goal is getting
walk
to a
up straight.
position of having more opportunities than you did before?
Yeah.
I bet your goal is to get to a position where you have more opportunities, meaning more shades of feelings to the moisture of which to wallow in. Is that correct? Like you go there and go, this is that
The art of wallowing.
Well, within my goals, I kind of just prioritize. I have to make sure my SI, like, I'm alive, I'm not starving, I have shelter, I have heat. I can make sure no one's knocking on my door. My financial security, like, financially enough, nothing extravagant, just to survive. And then once that shit's taken care of, I have all the time to explore my hobbies, my interests, and grow and personally grow, explore that stuff. So I have all that freedom there. Instead of, being in a situation worrying about being hungry. I wouldn't be free. I would be trying to find my next meal.
That's an SI hidden agenda framework you're giving us there.
That's because I need to take care of.
INFP anyway. That's interesting.
It's my weakness, so I have to get that taken care of.
So SE is your weakness. That's following through on already decided shit. Because your big goal is to find more possible goals. And so, I mean, to find more possible goals about which you'll tentatively, perhaps, afford some sort of status, because your feelings about them might change. But one thing about which your feelings don't change is you want to be safe, secure, and comfortable. Food, shelter, stuff like that. And then your TE goes, well, I've got to get it to a goal. But then it's framed fundamentally, and hopefully this goal will help me to be able to come up with a goal. But you just did that. And the only reason it makes sense to you is because the purpose, ultimately, the payoff is in the actual physical experiencing of inherent value. In other words, moisture. which to me is so foreign that it sounds like somebody put you on drugs all the time. Like, it's like you have to go through life with such little certainty because everything moves around all the time.
Yeah, but I noticed there's underlying themes that I tend to not change as much as the other impulsive feelings.
So are some of those themes values?
Yeah.
Which values do you tend to prioritize as themes?
Freedom of self-expression is one. The ability to be true to myself, as in like not feeling restricted and showing it. I'm repeating myself. That's expression. I notice a common one is helping people in a way that is gonna have a useful impact.
What do you consider a useful impact? What makes an impact useful?
It practically it has where I can see results, I guess.
So concrete benefits, like
Yeah.
people are richer, people have more free time, people have longer cars. Or you mean
People are better in their health, or
better-
help them reduce their stress or something like that, or help them in going toward a goal that's important to them, something like that, like useful kind of helping.
Okay.
One where it's needed, not one where it's not unsolicited, like, oh, let me help you, and they never ask for it, and it's like, is it really helping them? Like one where it's actually
Because somebody
needed.
doesn't ask for it doesn't mean you're not helping them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, where it's like, oh, I'm here to help you, but it's not really like to help. I don't want to
Oh, it's to
explain
help
it.
themselves, make themselves feel better about that.
I don't want to do that.
Hey, you know what? Let us figure it out.
In genuine altruism.
Yeah, I want to know that. I want to make a point about that as well. It's like,
I mean, I know I'm selfish to an end, but at least I'm also doing something.
okay, but I want to distinguish between why it makes you feel good. It seems to me altruism could make you feel good because, would it still make you feel just as good if absolutely nobody knows about the altruism, but you?
Right.
Yes. Yeah, no one knows about it. That's like, I like it when nobody knows about it.
Do you work?
We're getting
Do you tell yourself stories about that reality, or do you just sort of sit beside the reality of it?
I don't know, I'm just like, okay, good. I did this thing. Nobody knows about it, but good job. I remember to do something. Moving on. Remember to do it next time.
And would you feel if others sort of quietly, without embarrassing you actively about it, but gave you like, hey, Kit Kats, we're really impressed with what you did there, and we really, really like you and think you're a wonderful person. Would that make the experience significantly better for you?
I guess it depends. Before I used to kind of have a problem. I had a problem accepting compliments. I would actually kind of dismiss it, and I realized it made the other person feel bad because that's what they're trying to make me feel good. So I have to be open more, if that makes sense.
Wait,
So
is
they
that
don't
really a
feel
thing?
rejected.
People don't like it when you reject their. Well, I guess.
You dare to compliment me? Fuck you, dude.
No, it's like, oh, I'm not that good. Oh, I'm not that great. It's like I'm putting myself down. It's like, no, just take it.
Yeah, well, that response doesn't work socially. I'm not that good. I'm not that good. I had to learn to respond to lots of compliments via this medium, and I generally just go with thanks and put a little explanation. But it's easier in text. It's easier to respond in text. But in person, it really depends on the nature of the compliment and the person who's saying it. If somebody surprises me in real life, like I didn't think they watched it, they come on and they start talking to me about the channel, my surprise and enthusiasm is 100% genuine. I'm like, you really do watch the channel? That's pretty surprising. That feels more like wow, it has range because here's this person that I encounter in the world that I know, but I was pretty sure they didn't watch him. They never gave me an indication they did. and then it turns out they've watched it for a while. They reference like multiple episodes, and I go, "Wow, that's super cool." You can talk. If people talk to you about your stuff, it is the coolest thing in the world. It's like, especially if they have actual questions. That's the best. If somebody says they come out and they want to know more about it or clarify something for themselves, they're not coming to attack rhetorically to make their position, make themselves established as an arguer. They're not coming to try to defeat it. And they're not coming to just stroke my FE. But like an INTJ wants clarification on things and asking questions and stuff. I love doing explanation and response to questions like that about shit that I know. That's fantastic. If somebody asks me like, "Can you explain why you made these art decisions and you think they were good ones?" I just like come in my pants immediately. What an excellent question. As soon as I'm done orgasming, I'll answer it. So that's why I think FI DOMs have a very different experience of this stuff. Like altruism for an FI DOM seems more like real altruism, whereas my altruism, it's like, you mean I get no coolness points for this? I need to be altruistic much more publicly from now on. This is a waste of time.
Well, like, also, like, I tell myself if I did something, like, I didn't do something good, and I saw the opportunity and I let it slip through my hands, I kind of, also feel bad about it. It's like, I don't know, my plan is to not be a shitty person. Try to make things less shitty for everyone, because there's already enough shit.
Is there a religious backing for that?
Is real.
I mean, kind of, but not really. My family's not really that religious.
That is a personal question.
It's fine, I don't care.
I didn't ask her what her religion was or anything like that. I just asked if there was a religious basis for it.
A flying
None of
spaghetti
us-
monster.
None of us want to get our heads cut off today, so.
Are you a pastafarian?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like, I mean, as an ENFP though, like, I mean, I can totally relate to trying to find, something meaningful in life and doing something productive that's also meaningful. That's also good, but also allows creativity.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that fits all the goals, and it's a win-win.
Yeah, something that's not going to be a shitty job that I'm going to hate, like working at like a fucking Dollar General for the rest of my life. Serving people cigarettes and beer. Yes, that's what I want to aspire to. Cigarettes and beer. Here you go, people. Have a nice day. Fuck that, man. I mean, fuck that. Like,
I feel like Eric had a question or something or wanted to ask, but he already left.
I think you're just
Did I just bulldoze in yet again? Damn it!
It's alright.
Somebody needs to keep me on check every time I do that.
No,
Just come
it's just
in-
like before.
Just come in here with my entourage and then I just bulldoze into shit. Damn.
Kat, do you have a retainer?
No, why do I talk funny? I used to.
I was just curious.
I used to have terrible teeth when I was younger. It was like a train wreck.
See, you are gorgeous and beautiful and I love you.
Is that to me?
No, that's the Sue.
Okay.
She's gorgeous.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Her and her kitty. They're both beautiful.
Are we talking
Kat,
about
do you have a cat?
Are we talking about Cat?
No, we're talking about Suze.
Me and my cute cat?
Yes.
Yes.
Susanna, you're beautiful. Janelle, you're beautiful. Kat, you're beautiful. Chloe, you're beautiful.
Janelle,
You
you're
were
beautiful.
beautiful.
I'm just
bring you down. You are beautiful.
I'm just imagining like compliments, like a piece of paper saying you're beautiful, and you're just throwing it at everybody in here. Everyone gets a beautiful today.
Bring me down.
We're all
Okay.
beautiful bitches.
See, that annoys me. I'm sorry, but
But
not everybody is beautiful. I don't consider myself beautiful. I mean, Beauty. We should reclaim the word of beauty.
Physical attractiveness while also having a beautiful personality.
Physical attractiveness as viewed by the subjective viewer.
Yeah,
It's a very subjective thing. Yeah.
it is.
Mixed with personality.
Where
In about a
Okay, I'm good.
The thing is, like, it's so overused that. Man.
I'm wondering if we went down the same rabbit hole here. Okay, click that.
Okay, fine. None of you are beautiful. Does that make you happy? Yeah, room 2 is empty.
Aren't we in room 2?
I mean, room 1. I can't be relied upon to keep up with these sorts of things. Dealing with this fucking neck issue and it fucking hurts like fuck.
Hey, little bud.
Stop touching it.
I can't stop touching it.
Of course you can.
That's what she said. What?
Need more cheese.
There's so much gunk in your eyes.
God.
There,
What's up?
I got the $20. I want you.
What? Oh, not yet. I'm starting my job though, so I will get you $20 soon.
Why can't I find a guy
That's
who loves
weird.
me just as much as
John, get out of here.
God.
Do you not like
Why
the
can't-
kitties?
No. I'm just saying, like, why can't I find me a guy who loves me just as much as that cat loves John?
I love you, Chloe.
Oh,
It's not that way.
Why do you think I have a cat? Because I don't get that kind of love from anything else.
You see how big this one is?
that is a big kitty.
Check out this paw.
Do you
That
have
is gigantic.
any polydactyl cats?
Or your hand is really small. Or a bit of both.
Susanna, do you have any polydactyl cats?
No. Because that's a defect.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking cool defect though.
Yeah, until the claws start to grow in.
I think a cat with thumbs is pretty fucking awesome.
John, have
I
you
have a
ever
cat with
considered
thumbs.
working at what?
Well, they all have thumbs, but polydactyl, then you have more.
Oh.
Extra toes.
Yeah.
They're the cool cats that can give you a thumbs up.
Ernest Hemingway used to breed them.
What kind of cats?
Polydactyl.
Polydactyl.
Why?
I don't know. I guess it's very cool. Unique.
Not
They also
really.
sound like pterodactyl, which is also a plus.
What you looking at?
Chloe, stop calling yourself Pumpkin, please.
Wait, why?
Why? Because it's not a true representation of who you are.
But I am a pumpkin.
pumpkin. You're not a pumpkin.
What?
What?
Okay. um.
I'm sorry. Did I move you?
But I looked it up, and this is what came up. Let me show you. See this? This is like
Dude,
a pumpkin.
not.
It's like a pumpkin checker.
What are you doing?
Smashing Pumpkins. I saw them in 1995. Oh, let's play a game. Famous people that we've met. Like real famous people. Not us.
Harrison Ford.
Who?
Harrison Ford.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good one. I met Bruce Willis. And I've met all the guys from Guar, because they're from Richmond.
Bruce Willis is nice. He's a genuinely nice guy.
George, he really is. He's very short, too. He's my height. George H.W. Bush. Trey Anastasio from Fish. Mike Martin from Fish. Tim Kaine, I suppose you could say, because he was the running mate of Hillary Clinton. He used to be a city councilman in Richmond. Then he was the mayor. Then he was the governor. Now he's the senator.
Where I live, you kind of run into them down the strip. Being in LA, I'm sure you would, or New York, you would probably
Thurston
run
Moore
into them too.
Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth. I think it was that.
What are you talking about, Anthony?
Oh, Ted Kennedy. We died.
Don't get all alpha on me here.
Oliver North. Kind of famous. Kind of not. Anyway, I met Bruce Willis when I was working at his wife, Debbie Moore, when they were married at the time, was filming G.I. Jane at Fort Lee in Petersburg, Virginia. He said, give him whatever he wants for free, he'll pay afterwards. Because I was working in food and beverage at the time. I said, I was like, hey, I like your movies. He said, you're a good kid. I think that's it. Oh, Dave Matthews. I met Dave Matthews. That's not something to be like super proud of, but I met him when I was like 17 or 18, 16 or 17. Back when they used to play at tracks in Charlottesville or Richmond every Friday, every Monday and Wednesday for $5. Also, my friend Jason, his family knew him, and my friend Sarah Mallison, her mother was part of the law firm that represented them, and actually got to eat a Christmas dinner with him once and smoke pot with him once. He's a weird fucker. I think that's it. Bob Dylan. That was a happenstance meet, because when I went to Baltimore Arena to see Phil Lesh and friends play, Phil Lesh is the bassist from the Grateful Dead. Bob Dylan opened for them, and I got to meet Phil Lesh outside of his van, and Bob Dylan, incidentally, like for like fucking 2 seconds, like he pretty much kind of like screwed me off, but like I got a handshake on him. That's about it. They needed to really talk to him, and that is it.
That's really cool that you got to meet those people. That's really cool. Did you get any of them to like sign?
Oh shit! I met Noel Gallagher too. From Oasis.
Oh.
Except when I was seeing girls still, it was when I was in high school. I gave my signed ticket to her, and that was a mistake. But they were like, you're not going to go up there and try to talk to him. I was like, that I'll fucking go up and talk to him. I don't fucking care. And I was like, I don't remember what I said, but I shoved my two ticket stubs in front of him, and got the dude I was with her. I got them each a signed ticket. One was mine, but I gave it to my girlfriend, and I wish I hadn't. And that's it. I was in 1997.
Wow. You got some history, dude.
Patriot Center in at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia.
Are you proud to be an American?
Are
you proud to be an American?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm disappointed with the state of our affairs right now.
If somebody showed me a ticket to fly to like fucking London or some shit, I would take that in a heartbeat.
But they're having issues with like Muslims right now.
I would love to go to one of the Scandinavian countries and live. Actually, I'd love to go to Denmark.
I'd like to go to Italy. Dude, think about all the Italian men I could meet there. And then I just have to play coy and just emasculate them and just be like, nah, I'm not into you, dude. And just, and have fun going to Italy. But no, there's like actually a lot of cultural, beautiful things in Italy. It's just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Papa Italiano, or where we get the pizza.
I feel
Come
like
on.
Anthony saying my short hair makes my eggs pop seems like he's saying he shaves his balls.
Oh.
The thing about meeting famous people is not being afraid to go up to them and talk to them like they're a normal person, because they are. They're just a regular fucking person.
Absolutely.
And my
Absolutely.
friends, when I was going up to meet Noel Gallagher, they're like, "Oh my God, you can't. He's going to be an asshole to you." I was like, "Well, if he is, he is. If he is, he isn't. But he's a fucking human being, and I'm a human being, and I can go up and talk to him if I want to."
Yeah.
It reminds me of that one Curb Your Enthusiasm episode when his lawyer wanted to meet Jean-Louis Dreyfus from Seinfeld. Do you remember that?
No, but I remember the one where Alanis Morissette told what's his face, Larry David, about who You Ought to Know is about, and he whispered it to someone else, and she got pissed.
Oh yeah.
That's still a fucking hardcore song.
Yeah.
I love that
Or
song.
remember that episode where it was like they did that charity work or whatever, and then the guy signed his name as anonymous, but he went around and told everybody that he was the one that was anonymous, so like it ruined everything. But he was still able to be humble and an asshole at the same time. Well, Larry put his name there.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. One of my favorite shows of all time. It's getting cold here again. I think I'm gonna go with 3. No. I'm gonna go with this one.
It's funny, this link is a compilation of things that Alanis Morissette has said that like don't make any sense.
Like the whole song "Ironic," everything in "Ironic" was like bad luck. Nothing in "Ironic" was ironic at all.
It's called Alanis Morissette being an INFP, and then you just told me it's just her saying a bunch of shit that doesn't make sense.
I didn't make the video title, okay?
I love the song "Thank You" off of her second album.
So, Chloe, tell us about your dating adventures.
Yeah.
What dating adventures?
Well, okay, not dating, but you said that you've got some people who are pursuing you?
No.
Oh no, I've just noticed that people are flirting with me more. That doesn't necessarily mean that I appreciate it. Like, I mean, the people that I want to flirt with me are busy pursuing other people, but the people I don't want seem to be coming after me for some reason. Like random homeless men.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they didn't used to do that. They used to just ask me for money, and now they're coming up to me being like, "Hey, would you like somebody to take home with you?" Or, "Hey, I noticed that you're not the type to wear a bra, ma'am." It's like, fuck off.
they probably see like, hey, she's freaky.
I guess. I don't know. It's kind of uncomfortable when they do that. It's just like,
Mhm. Yeah.
But I wish like the people that I want to notice me would actually notice me. But part of my problem is one of my tactics is to just avoid them until I completely forget about them.
No. What I've learned, because like I used to not like to flirt or like tell a guy that I'm interested in them, but they can be like so reluctant and stuff because I don't know. It's just easy when you tell someone that you're interested in them. Like
Really?
you
Because
have more
every time-
control over the situation because then they're like you plant the idea in their head, and maybe they don't know what to say initially, but I mean, if they sit on the idea, like, hey, yeah, okay, cool.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's more to dating than just that, and I feel like people inherently just get whatever it is that they're supposed to get, and I'm still in the process of learning the ropes of it all because there is a game, and if you fall in love, you're losing the game because there's a game.
I'm going to listen to Alanis Morissette for a second. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay.
So you avoid them?
Yeah.
Like the whole, like you're like, oh, I like them, so I'm gonna avoid them, or
Yeah, so that way they think about me so that. But then, like, I'll pop in every once in a while. So, say I'll probably, like, every once in a while I'll like one of the statuses, or every once in a while I'll comment on his status, or every once in a while I'll, message him and then, like, disappear for 2 weeks. I don't think that's a good strategy.
Well, it's a fine line between being like too talkative and then not talkative enough. It's like you don't want to come off as clingy because like people are super sensitive to that. Like, whoa, hey, now you're talking too much to me, coming on a little too strong. Like, get alive,
Yeah, I've definitely done that before. So yeah.
You should do my techniques that are in the chat about the snapping and finger motions. Those will definitely help you in those troubles about coming off as clingy. Trust me, I've tried them and it works. Proven.
Heels and all.
Heels and all. Heels and all.
It's impressive.
So-
how tall were they?
Yeah.
You casually talk to these people that you like, I'm guessing, but there's no feelings expressed. Do you sort of wait for them to approach you
Me?
with that? Yeah, you.
Oh, well, this one guy, we had a very intense conversation, and it was just very intense. Like, I mean, but then partway through I got stoned, but then I fell in love with him, and I was just like, oh my God, you're like God or something like that. I was, and then I don't know. I mean, I still have those feelings, but it's like, and I sort of see it going somewhere. And I've conceptualized everything, but then it's just, I'm really hesitant to make myself available down at the place that we met. So, like, I've been kind of avoiding it just a little. But then in my avoiding process, I've gotten distracted with other things. So time has gone by. So it's been like 4 weeks, I think, since I've seen him. But I've messaged him like once a week. I've liked one of his statuses once a week. And I try to keep it at a minimum. But I try to, drop little breadcrumbs of, hey, I like you. And I've tried inviting him to different events. Like, by different events, I mean, I think I invited him to, 5 different events.
Wow. And he has declined every time?
He hasn't declined, but, I don't know if he showed up or not. Well, I don't think I invited him to 5 events. I think I invited him to, 3. Yeah, I think it was 3.
Have you invited him to go with you?
Not with me, just I sort of invited him because,
Have you invited him to hang out again? You two?
I mean, I tried to hint at that one time because I was just like, hey, are you thinking of going to this? But then I chickened out because then I was just like, nah, I have other things to do. So, yeah. I've just been really bad about, asking him to hang out with me, but I don't really know how to, I guess, say it right because I don't want to come across as clingy, but every time I've messaged him, he's been pretty accepting of me, so he doesn't seem to have any negative feelings, but I don't think I want to push it too far.
Well, okay, so what would it sound like to be like, hey, you know, I really had I had a great time hanging out with you, and I'd really like to do that again if you're up for it. We should plan something.
I just am afraid to do that because if I do that, he might think that then he'll know the secret, which is that maybe he could assume that, like, I have feelings for him, kind of, and I'm kind of interested. And it's like, I'm always scared to let a guy know that I'm interested in him because usually that's when he kind of backs off. So it's like...
Yeah, but... So it's either that, or, like, what if you keep leaving these breadcrumbs and maybe he just never gets it, and then you guys just have, like, a falling out, or you both get sidetracked with other things, and then you just never see where it goes. If you were to say that, it'd be more of a direct way and a quicker way to see if he's actually interested.
I mean, it also says that he's single, but he may also have potential interests that he may be working up with. So I wouldn't want to just waltz on into the scene and then, like, deal with, jealousy or anything like that. So
jealousy,
like the other
for
person.
you?
No,
like you would be jealous, or the other people would be jealous of you?
Like the other people, maybe.
Fuck that. You like the guy, right? You'd be like, yeah, bitches.
Yeah.
Got this one.
Yeah, but the other thing is that I'm kind of paranoid too. Like, because I met him and I'm pretty naive at this age. So it's like, he could be a serial killer. So it's just like, I don't think he's a serial killer because he was pretty nice, but I don't know. There's always the possibility that someone could be a serial
That's
killer.
understandable. Where did you meet him?
I met him at, like, this bar.
So that's where you guys initially met? That's how you guys know each other? You met at a bar, exchanged numbers, and then what?
No, we met at a bar, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I've gone to this bar before, and it's not like a bar exactly. It's like a burlesque bar. So
that's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, if he does end up being a serial killer and you survive, that would be a good story.
Yeah, that would
like,
be.
Hey, I dated a serial killer one time.
It would also be a good story if he spread your cheek skin over a lamp. So, yeah.
Oh my God, Anthony! That's
Anthony,
awful.
you're dark.
You never heard of Jeff Dunham? Well, not Jeff Dunham, yeah, but Jeffrey Dahmer.
So you think I should message him and just say, hey, I think it was cool, we should hang out again? Well, I don't know how to say it. Like, I need some FE here to, like, do it just right. Because, like, I mean, okay, let me look at this to make sure that I'm not being, like, super excessive.
I don't know. I don't really worry about FE. I just show my full-blown awkward FI. And apparently some people tend to just like that.
Sometimes when you walk in humping, that helps. I mean,
Okay, yeah.
They might think you have a twitch.
Also, they romanticize your FI, and then they try to fix you, and when they can't fix you, they leave you.
Nah.
It's been a full week. I think I can
Maybe.
do it again. I can strike again.
You should this time be like, what are you going to say? Hey, what's up? And then you'll say, oh, cool, because INTJs love small talk. They just love it, don't they?
No, they don't.
No.
I just hate small talk.
Almost as much as the guy.
I really hate small talk.
Where does Riz come
How should
from?
I say it? How should I say it?
It's plastic politeness. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking nothingness.
Where are the winds coming from?
Anthony, you're in a wind tunnel. Mute yourself.
I'm gonna mute again.
Okay, Jesus Christ,
Hey,
stop telling me what to do.
What should
Cut
I
your
say?
hair,
Like,
Steve.
you've said it perfectly before, and I just, like, want to say that verbatim.
Okay.
People
Okay.
who rely on small talk are socially bankrupt. and intellectually bankrupt.
Oh. Well, I'm trying to get better at it. Because then I have silence. Not the good kind.
There's
Sometimes I rely on small talk because I'm afraid that the person might be a censor. So this is a good way to gauge it.
Kat, you really need to quit.
And then if I notice that they're cringing, then it's like, okay, I can push back a little
I
bit.
mean cat here. I mean my cat. Yeah, and then you have to pretend like you're interested in it, and it's written all over your face that you're not, and they realize it.
Like, let's can we do like a mock simulation?
I think in my face you could see me really trying to care. Like, I kind of do, but also it's like I'm trying to get to something interesting.
I'm just waiting for my chance to talk to guide the conversation back to what I'm interested in.
I try to figure out what the person's interested in. They're like, I don't even know.
I've just given up.
Hey Janelle, thank you for sending me that. That is very good.
Cool.
And that's very socially aware, but very cool. So, like, and it seems kind of cool, you know? Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Hopefully
I think
that helps.
I think I'm doing it all wrong. I don't know. I feel like when I try to appear, I know you want to appear your best when you meet people,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like after a while you're going to start to have it break down. You're going to be your actual self. So I'd rather see what that person's actually like instead of investing time and then finding out they're not actually like this. That's just me, though. I'm weird, so.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what,
Like, trying to be extra nice than you actually are, trying to be
Yeah.
all that extra stuff. It's like, I'd rather just know how you really are like with people. That's the other thing, too. Like, I kind of am quiet when I first meet people.
mm-hmm.
I guess with dudes, too. And I sort of observe how they treat others instead of me in case they are, I guess, whatever, interested or something. I try to see how they are like.
You know
Okay,
what
I
I would
sent
love
it.
to do is to
You
see
know.
how like the guy would interact with like his guy friends and stuff, because I think
Yeah.
they reveal a certain side that you don't necessarily see. And I've had guys who will like compartmentalize like the fun side where they talk about all sorts of interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And I won't see that side because like they see me as like some
Woman.
a woman.
Yeah, it's like I want a
and,
friend. I want someone to be
like-
able to like straight real talk real shit with me.
Yeah. So
Like just be real. But I know it's not realistic to be real.
Yeah. So I get that. When I meet people, I'm like, okay, I want to get over this initial phase because I know, even though I know that I try not to do it, but I know there's always you're going to have this like initial weird thing
Yeah.
that it's not really you, but then it goes away and then you're more comfortable with the person and then it's cool, you know, it's not as awkward. Things are more free flowing, but
Yeah.
I always
I
look forward to that initial phase going away.
Yeah. Like I think at least as of now I want somebody that I have enough common interests and I don't want to say like a playmate, but someone that like I can do fun stuff with, like a friend level. Like we're able to respect each other and have conversations and do interesting, fun things, but at the same time, not an exact copy. Like if they have some kind of an expertise that's different from me, then I can learn from them. And then hopefully, like when I try to determine to be in like with somebody, I kind of want to make sure that I'm also gonna be beneficial. That makes sense. Like they're beneficial to me and I'm beneficial to them. So it's like a renewing kind of thing. And it's like how do they deal with stress or like like situations? And like if they're different than me, then it's not a bad thing. Like I preferably like somebody that's like really honest, like bluntly honest. Like they just cut the bullshit and they're just straightforward because I'm so not straightforward. I'm so I don't want to hurt their feelings. But there's times where it's necessary. Like, I've seen it, you know, people are like, they're very straight, they're blunt, they're focused, they get to the point, they're tact and quick, and it's like, that's useful. Like,
Yeah.